Today is the episode where we say bye-bye to our favourite butterfly friend, Butterfree. Will I spend the entire episode sobbing and weeping over how nuanced their relationship was? Or will I spend the time questioning how developed it truly was? I'm Aquadreams, we are sad, and you about to see Pokémon Indigo League episode 20. Bye bye Butterfree. This one's mostly going to be, you get a quick rundown of the episode, because ultimately this episode's fairly formulaic in its nature, and it kind of just goes 1, 2, 3, 4, rather than going 1, 5, 7, 3. It can be explained away very quickly. We kick off as the gang are hot air ballooning. Jesus Christ lads, what are they doing? Turns out they're going up to the summit, and that's where all of the Butterfrees go off and find a mate. And well, Ash is a Butterfree, so you know, time to talk about the birds and the bees. Oh, and Brock calls it courtship. Yes, I see, courtship. Yeah, everybody's releasing out their Butterfrees. The only one that was there that stood out was a pink-haired woman who let out her Butterfree. I was like, oh, this is totally going to be the one that releases the pink Butterfree. No, they just wanted an old Brock pop, you know? Or a kid's pop, because, you know. Let's look at attractive women on TV screen. And not to be racist or anything, but all these Butterfrees look the same. Butterfree's trying to find a mate, but nothing really sticks out and strikes its fancy until it sees the pink one and it's like... hello there, Butterfree. And he tries to do the mating dance, but just gets slapped down and it's like... It flies away, and yeah, it's a bit sad, and the gang gives it advice, something about being assertive, and Misty says something about punching it in the stomach, and then the claws are in, and it's like, alright, tell me she's not a tsundere. Come on now. Butterfree gets given a speed strike from Brock, and you know, a fresh dose of confidence. It's ready to go back up there. But as we get back up there, it's Team Rocket time. And they're about to net up all of the Butterfrees who are slow as shit. And yeah, that's exactly what they do. They net up all the Butterfrees because, you know, Butterfrees aren't exactly the fastest of fuckers. It's like trying to get a man to run with an erection. You know, it's not going fast. That's the equivalent of Butterfrees running with their mate. Nah, no Randy running here. Butterfree desperately tries to save them, but ultimately, you're a measly bug and they're in a fucking helicopter. I appreciate the moxie, mate, but you're not taking that down. And the Team Rocket take the Butterfrees all the way down to this weird Grand Canyon-esque facility, I guess. The funniest part is the gang break in and they do the Team Rocket motto, you know, to protect the world from devastation. To unite all people within our nation. Don't do it all, because they're little bitches. And Team Rocket is spent. They're like, fuck you, I'll fight you, you little cunts. That came out a bit out. Yeah, and on the way, Butterfree kind of guides them there, as soon as the helicopter's off, the Butterfree fucking shoots away, like, nah, there's some good butterfly pussy in there. Oh, so crass. And yeah, you know, they get in, Butterfree starts attacking the net, like, yeah, you know, that kind of shit. The gang try to face the Team Rocket, and the best part is, Jessie winds up this fucking comedy melon and just swings and batters Starmie. Ah. Mwah. Buenos noches. And you know, Butterfree in the end manages to open up the net, and this pink Butterfree, she's looking kind of flush, just like, oh, wow, hey. You got some moxie, boy. And they escape, but Team Rocket just get back in the plane and chase after them again. And like I said before, Randy Butterfrees are like trying to get a man run with an erection. It's not happening, alright? It's painful. But, you know, they start to net them up, it happens, and then Pikachu and Butterfree team up. Pikachu's on Butterfree's back, and Pikachu sits on the fucking helicopter and just electrocutes them. And they fall into a canyon, and it's like, oh, they're fucking dead. And Butterfree saves his mate. Saves his missus. They then gaze off into the sunset, and they see and both say goodbye to Butterfree. Which, as a kid, this was emotional. I fucking bit my tongue. Yeah, this was bloody emotional, it was. Because no, you can't say bye to Butterfree. And as a kid, what? He catches it in the second or third episode. This has been like 18 weeks. That's a lot of fucking weeks for a kid. You're like, wow, that was like 3 years ago. And it's like, ha, yeah, no, mate. Nah. But ultimately, I just kind of started questioning how developed their relationship really was. And it fucking wasn't at all. Ash has been a shit train to the Butterfree the whole time. And I don't believe it at all. What was the first interaction? He caught it, not by having a conventional Pokemon battle, he just twatted it in the face with a ball. Yeah, he was friendly afterwards, but I'm sure he had a black eye because of it. And then, he fucking loses it as a Metapod, and it saves his fucking life because he's like, I'm sorry, I'm really shit and dumb. And then the Metapod's like, oh, fuck it, you're right, you're fine, I don't give a shit, I'm an adult. Alright, you're a little baby bitch. And then that's a Butterfree. All it's fucking used is Stun Spore. And it's barely ever used mainly. So ultimately, no, I wasn't crying my heart out of this episode as much as I would have liked to. But they did definitely try to tug on the old heartstrings because I played a montage with a sad music from episode 1. One day I'll actually learn what that's called, and then I'll never listen to it again because it will make me cry real tears. Ultimately though, as an episode, it's effective if you're a kid. If you're anybody who can actually remember the events up to, it doesn't hit the same beat. But maybe I'm not a Butterfree simp, and I don't need to be, because it's got the pink one to do it all for it. Bye bye Butterfree and your speed strike. We will miss you, but I hope you're treated better than Ash did. Thanks for watching, I've been Aqua, we've been Sad, and you will join us next time for Abra and the Psychic Showdown. Thanks for watching.